So today I'm going to be doing a video discussing Natsu dying. Now when it comes to the fairy tale chapters, I just gotta say that if you guys haven't read the latest fairy tale chapter 516, it is out. All you have to do is go on Google, type in Yonko Productions fairy tale chapter 516. And speaking of the chapter releases, I gotta say, manga stream, y'all been slacking. I mean, I don't know if it's manga stream that's slacking or if it's Yonko Productions getting quicker, because usually we're used to fairy tale chapters getting released on Monday. We saw fairy tale chapter 515. It got released on manga stream on Monday, and that's usually our regular schedule. But recently, for the past couple of weeks, if it's not 2 weeks, I believe it was even more than that, we've been seeing Yonko Productions. They've been stepping it up. They've been releasing chapters early. Like this chapter, I believe it came out 2 to 3 days ago. That's no. It came out 516. That already came out on Yonko Production, and it's yet to release on manga stream. They're probably going to get this chapter maybe on Monday, and at that point, for me and for other people who use Yonko Production, it's not going to be a new chapter. But for people who use manga stream, yeah, it's going to be something new. But I don't know, maybe Yonko Productions becoming that new fairy tale plug, because it's starting to release chapters. Now, I don't know if they're going to be doing this more free, like if they're going to actually keep up this being this consistent, but we do know that manga stream, they usually release it Monday mornings. They're more consistent because they release it at somewhere around the same time zone, whereas I don't know, like me personally, I don't know what time Yonko Productions releases chapters. I don't know if they've been consistent, because I've kind of just been reading the chapters at my own pace when I find out they've been released. But if Yonko Production can stay consistent with these chapter releases, then you might be seeing some earlier fairy tale reviews, because they've been pumping it out early. So yeah, that's my little thing. Make sure you guys go read the chapter so you guys know what's going on in this video. But today we're going to be discussing what went down in this chapter. Now, for starters, the Urza and Elaine dialogue, this might be some of the smallest stuff in the chapter, but this was actually something that you can't overlook, because this basically gives us insight on Urza's character. Now, we do know that Elaine is Urza's mother, so she's going to have some traits from her, but the fact how we see Elaine, she basically says, I'm not going to let anybody harm the Alvarez Empire. Anybody who's against the Alvarez Empire is my enemy. And we see Urza, she basically says, well, anybody who tries to hurt Fairy Tail, they're my enemy. And we've seen this. Urza, she said this millions and millions of times. I think it's dope that her and her mother, they both share the same passion for whichever alliance they're on. Like, it doesn't matter if you're family or anything. If you try to go up against who they're alliance with, they're still going to come at you. And I thought that was just a little dope scene, seeing that between those dialogue going back and forth, because we haven't really seen too much dialogue with them exchanging. We've seen Elaine like tell Urza stuff, but we haven't seen them like actually talk. So I thought that was a really dope piece of the chapter. And then we move on to Urza and Wendy versus Elaine. And this fight, this is going to be dope in the anime. I could already tell, even though it was a short fight in the but for what we've seen, it was like a little short fight in the beginning. But I'm pretty sure that the anime, they're gonna, once they bring it to life, it's gonna be amazing, because we have Urza, she's basically going in there, and it looked like that she was actually like equaling out Elaine. Now, I doubt that Elaine was actually trying as hard as she could. I doubt this is the same amount of effort that she put versus Acne Logan, so she wasn't going all out. But we seen Urza, she was basically like, I'm pretty sure Urza's going out, but she was basically holding her own against Elaine. Like they were even, and then Wendy comes in there with the side piece out of nowhere, and basically they end up injuring Elaine. And even Elaine is shocked. She's like, damn, like they injured me of all people. This is crazy. Like, I like that, because it's showing that these two, like, once again, one of the biggest things I like about fairy tale fights in general is that usually it's going to have to do something with the main people fighting, the good guy getting help. So it's kind of like saying, yeah, if this person was to fight alone, they would have stand a chance, but now that they got help, now it's more reasonable. And I like that, because it's not just going to be one person always fighting and always just being stronger. Like, I know Urza can't take on Elaine alone, so she's going to need help in order to do so. And speaking of Elaine, when she finds out about the dragon seed, oh man, she He got so salty, man. Cause she's basically telling Wendy, she's like, yo, your time of being this regular human, yeah, enjoy it while it can. Cause you're basically gonna end up losing it. And you're gonna be like me, motherfucker. You're gonna end up going crazy and everything. And then Wendy's like, nah, we have dragons inside of us. And even Urza's like, the same thing goes for Natsu, Gaji, and everybody. And Elaine just gets so salty. And hell, I would be too. Like, this is the person who came up with Dragon Slayer technique, and she could have had her regular body if she would have had her dragon go inside and create antibodies, but she didn't know about it, so she was just like, what the hell? Like, she just ended up going crazy. She was like, this not fair, and we seen Elaine, I guess we seen her lash out, use actually some of her rage. And I actually like how this paneled on to the whole Natsu. He's still in his own little realm inside of himself. I don't even know where he's at. I call it the infinite Tsukuyomi of the fairy, or not the infinite, the talking no jutsu of the fairy tale verse. If you guys know the whole Naruto joke when he's like inside himself and he's end up talking to his opponents, yeah, that's where Natsu to it right now. He's just chilling with himself. But I do like the fact that we did get to see a Natsu and Neil reunion, even though it's not necessarily like a real reunion. This is all in Natsu's mind. I just thought it was dope to finally see Neil and Natsu them finally actually talking it out, because with the one of the biggest things with Tartaros arc is that Neil said, yo, just wait for me, I'll tell you everything. If you get the book of E&D and if you stay alive, just wait for me to defeat Acnologia and we're gonna talk. And we saw how that ended up planning out. Yeah, Neil wasn't able to talk with Natsu, and I'm pretty sure that he would have revealed some of the stuff to Natsu had he been alive. Hell, I think he would have told him that he's E&D and everything, and he needs to protect that book had Neil stayed alive. So the fact that we finally get to see the dialogue, the father-son dialogue between these two, is really dope. I just enjoyed that a lot. And then we find out about the demon seed, and this is, seeds are just popping up out of nowhere. Like everybody's gonna have a seed in them. Like, this is just going crazy. First we find out about the dragon seed and how that basically was stopped by Neil, and basically all the other dragons, they stopped their drag slayers from turning into dragons by negating the seed effect. But now we find out that Natsu, the reason why Natsu is dying is because of the demon seed. And this is what I want to talk about, the demon seed. This is just crazy, because we found out that the demon seed and the dragon seed, they're trying to like fuse together, or at least they're trying to like come together, and this is resulting in Natsu dying. And me personally, how will Natsu escape this? Because like, on one hand, we thought that it was a tumor or something had to do with, like, that's what Lucia, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, you guys know who I'm talking about, the Edelhaus counterpart for Grandini. But we thought that she basically said that it was a tumor. But how will Natsu be able to like fix this whole demon seed? Like, will he have somebody have to like go inside of him and fix it, like Brandish? That's like the only person I can think of. But yeah, I don't think that she'll be able to like remove the demon seed. And like, if they do like have to, because we know at this point the dragon seed, it's not really relevant. So if they do something like remove the demon seed, will that mean that they'll have to like take out Natsu's E&D's power? Like, how does this whole demon seed work? Because if they have to get rid of the demon seed, that means that Natsu can't go E&D. Yeah, that's not going to be cool, because I want to see Natsu go E&D full power and just go all out. So I'm really interested in how they're going to actually solve this problem with the whole demon seed thing. Maybe Zeref will have to do something with it. I don't know, maybe Larcade. There's a lot of different question about why Natsu is basically going through this, and there's a lot of things concerning the demon seed. So yeah, I can't wait to find out what's going to be basically the solution for the demon seed. And then we move on to the Wendy and Urza versus Elaine fight, and that just keeps on going down, just keep being epic. We got both of them going in, and Elaine, she's looking a little bit more serious. And we seen Urza and Wendy, they basically use some type of combined enchantment attack, and they go in. It looks like it's gonna work, but Elaine just straight up tanks it. Like, she eats that hit like it's nothing, breaks her sword. Then she just ends up switching bodies with Wendy on some straight up getting you shit. And that was just crazy, because next chapter is called Wendy Belergian, so it's looking like she's gonna have her body for a period of time. And is this basically gonna mean that Wendy, she's gonna go inside of Elaine's body? That's what I'm assuming. So this can work out in two ways, because yeah, it is going to be cool for basically it's good on Elaine's part, like as for her character, if you know what I'm saying. Like she's finally gonna have a normal body. This is what she wanted. But unless her powers get transferred over, which I doubt, she's gonna be Wendy. Like she's gonna be as strong as Wendy. Don't get me wrong, Wendy, she's strong, but she ain't that Elaine strong, if you know what I'm saying. Like Elaine, if Wendy does end up having Elaine's powers, that's kind of gonna be like, yeah, you traded your body for, or yeah, you traded your body for something that you wanted, but in the long run, it's kind of dumb because you're giving up this enchantment power, all this strong enchantment magic, just so you can have like a regular human body that's not affected by the dragon seed. Whereas you basically could have kept the strong body, just kept on going. So that's the one thing that I'm worried about. Now, if her powers do get switched over, she ends up being able to use Dragon Slayer magic and being able to use enchantment, that's going to be OP. But one of the things I want to basically, I'll end the video off with this. One of the things that I want to talk about is Wendy unlocking, or Elaine unlocking Wendy's true Dragon Slayer potential. What do I mean by that? We know that Elaine, she is basically the godmother when it comes to Dragon Slayer magic. You know, she's the top of the top. She's gotten everything. So maybe she's going to be able to unlock some type of new Dragon Force with Wendy's Dragon Slayer magic. And maybe she's going to be able to like utilize Wendy's Dragon Slayer magic to the fullest. And I think that's going to be dope because it'll basically show that, hey, yeah, there are a lot of Dragon Slayers and we've seen how far Dragon Slayers come, but if Elaine can do something that we've never seen before with Dragon Slayer magic with Wendy, that'll be, I'm not gonna lie, her credibility will just straight up spike up. I'll be like, okay, yeah, she's the real deal. So overall, what did you guys think about this chapter? I thought it was a dope chapter. I can't wait for 517 Fairy Tail. It's been amazing so far. I can't even front with you guys. So yeah, that's basically it for this little video. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.